Joe Biden calls Putin a crazy son of a bitch.
At a San Francisco fundraiser, U.S. President Biden called Putin a crazy son of a bitch and criticized Trump's comparisons to Navalny. Biden's remarks were condemned by Moscow, calling it a poor attempt to emulate Hollywood. Biden's language adds to previous criticism of Putin as a butcher and war criminal. This follows a pattern of Biden's blunt language, including past incidents.
Will Russia win the Ukraine war in 2024?
Putin continues to push for dominance in Ukraine, fueled by U.S. aid delays and recent battlefield victories. With no clear long-term plan, he's banking on Trump's potential return and Ukraine's weakening. Intelligence services regroup amid mounting casualties. Despite sanctions, Russia ramps up its war economy, but faces challenges in arms production due to U.S. aid delays.
Putin gives Kim Jong-un a Russian limo as a gift.
Vladimir Putin recently gave Kim Jong-un, the leader of North Korea, a fancy Russian Urus limousine as a gift. Kim liked the car when Putin showed it to him during a visit last year. The Kremlin, Russia's government, mentioned that they want to improve relations with neighboring countries like North Korea. Despite concerns from other countries, this gift shows the friendship between Putin and Kim.
Pentagon looks to weaponize AI.
The U.S. military recently tested drones and robots controlled by artificial intelligence, AI, aiming to assess their effectiveness in complex situations. These tests raised questions about whether humans should intervene in decisions about using lethal force. While AI offers advantages, concerns exist about its biases and unpredictability. Experts emphasize the need for careful discussions and oversight regarding AI's role in military systems.
Trump compares himself to Navalny while discussing legal woes.
During a Fox News town hall, former President Donald Trump compared his legal issues to those of Russian activist Alexei Navalny. Trump faced questions about a $450 million judgment against him, implying it was akin to Navalny's persecution. While discussing the Ukraine crisis, Trump praised Russia's military and opposed increasing aid to Ukraine, claiming the situation wouldn't have occurred if he were re-elected in 2020.
China's Coast Guard intercepts Taiwanese tourist vessel.
Tensions rise between China and Taiwan as Chinese Coast Guard boards a Taiwanese tourist boat near Kinmen Islands. This comes after a Chinese fishing boat capsized during a chase by Taiwan's Coast Guard, leading to 2 deaths. Both sides criticize each other's actions, with Taiwan defending its stance and China asserting sovereignty over the Taiwan.
Indian Army forms new corps near LAC to counter China threat.
The Indian Army is combatizing its central command by establishing the 18 Corps, streamlining deployments in response to Chinese aggression. Previously an administrative formation, headquarters Uttar Bharat will now be a full-fledged corps. With additional artillery, aviation, and engineer brigades, the 18 Corps will manage the line of actual control, bolstering India's defense posture.
Julian Assange makes last-ditch attempt in UK court to avoid extradition to the US.
Julian Assange faces possibly his final legal battle in the UK High Court to avoid extradition to the US. The 2-day hearing will determine if he can appeal the 2022 extradition decision. Facing 18 espionage charges, Assange's case sparks debates on press freedom and political motivations. Supporters fear extradition could set a dangerous precedent for journalism worldwide.
Kamala Harris steps up as Biden's re-election campaign faces challenges.
U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris asserts readiness to serve as president amid concerns over Joe Biden's age and mental capacity, fueled by Republican candidate Nikki Haley's attacks on both Biden and Donald Trump. Special counsel Robert Hur's report raises questions about Biden's handling of classified documents. Reuters' Ipsos survey reveals public doubts about Biden and Trump's suitability for office due to aid.
Private jet crashes on Florida highway. Miraculous escape caught on camera.
A private jet crash on a Florida highway killed 2 pilots, but left a flight attendant and 2 passengers alive. The Bombardier Challenger 600 lost both engines during an emergency landing attempt at Naples Airport. Dashcam footage captured the harrowing moment as the jet descended rapidly, crashing and erupting in flames. The survivors were hospitalized, and the investigation continues.
How an African streaming service dethroned Netflix.
Showmax surpasses Netflix in Africa with 2.1 million subscribers. Its success lies in local content curation and partnerships with HBO and Comcast. Despite user interface issues, Showmax's parent company, MultiChoice, provides strong support. Showmax aims for 50 million subscribers and $1 billion revenue by 2028, slashing subscription fees to drive growth. Challenges include pricing strategy and managing its Comcast partnership.
Putin says Russia prefers Biden over Trump in U.S. election.
Putin expresses preference for Biden over Trump in upcoming U.S. election, citing experience. His remarks contrast with past U.S. intelligence reports on Russian interference. The endorsement is met with skepticism by the White House. Tensions between Russia and the West persist, with disagreements over Ukraine and NATO. Putin critiques both Trump and Biden's approaches to international relations.
Concerns about Russia wanting to put anti-satellite nuke in space.
Russia's development of a space-based capability to attack satellites with a nuclear weapon raises concerns among U.S. officials. The move, though not yet deployed, alarms experts due to potential disruptions to critical communication and intelligence systems. Such aggression could escalate tensions and jeopardize peace efforts, posing significant challenges for global security and stability in space.
Gaza residents should not flee to Egypt, warns UN refugee chief.
The UN High Commissioner for Refugees, Filippo Grandi, emphasizes the importance of preventing a Palestinian exodus into Egypt, fearing it would undermine future peace efforts. With nearly 1.5 million displaced Palestinians trapped near the Egyptian border, Grandi warns of dire consequences, urging humanitarian aid and a ceasefire to address the crisis.